Hey guys, this is Dave with MD Airsoft. Today we're just going to go ahead and have a visual review addition to my written review that I put up earlier for you guys on Facebook. Today we're looking at the ICS Sportline M4. Basically what we've got, what makes it a Sportline is of course the plastic body. Now the upper receiver and the lower receiver are plastic, but trust me guys, this plastic isn't cheap, but it's also not the best like nylon and reinforced plastic either. It probably will break at some point, but for basically a $100 gun, maybe $150 depending on where you live, it's a great deal. And we're going to go over a couple of features that make it a great deal. First and foremost, with ICS, we've got a split gearbox. Now, this is a proprietary ICS thing. I'm not sure why more companies haven't adopted it, but check that out. So what you've actually got is two sides of a mech box that when put together you've got a standard version 2. And as you can see, I just pulled out the upper portion of the gearbox, and that gives you access to your piston, your springs, obviously everything up in the air seal area with your cylinder head, piston head, nozzle, tappet plate, all of that great stuff. So that makes it working on, you know, maybe downgrading or upgrading a spring, makes it really easy to do that with just simply taking off, 6 screws and you're into the upper. You don't have to mess with any of the gears or anything if you just want to do a spring change. Also, if you get another upper, you can just set them up for indoor, outdoor, and then it's just one pin, swap them, and it's that simple to upgrade, downgrade depending on where you're going to play. Now if we look inside, solid gears. I believe that they are steel. I'm not exactly sure, but they are very tough. I've used ICS guns before, and the gears are probably the last thing to go on them. Pistons obviously will probably go a lot quicker than everything else. Just to give you an idea on how that works, you've got a little latch right there and a little spot right there on the upper. That just will lock in right there. And then when it goes in, you've got your hole that your pin's going to go through, and that creates a solid gearbox. So it's not going to fall off, it's not going to do anything crazy when you're playing. I mean, it's a fantastic idea. I'm really glad that ICS did it. But what else we can have a look at is actually how one of the very best features beyond the split gearbox is also this forward assist button. Now what that's going to do is release the spring tension for you when you're done playing. And how that works is there's a little notch that you probably can't see it all right there, but there's this lever, and that lever connects directly to your anti-reversal latch. So when you hit that button, it moves that. Your spring is going to push your piston forward, rotate all your gears back to 0 basically, and you're going to have a decompressed spring, and you're going to not worry about setting your spring or your gun aside and having your spring tension kind of get messed up on you next time you pull it out maybe a couple months down the road. So with this gun there are proprietary parts. You've got a proprietary buffer tube, which, adding things like this ASAP is a bit more difficult, requires some modifications, but it can get on there. You've got a proprietary D-ring, which this one is not. I have changed it out. And you also have a proprietary end cap. So putting this MOE handguard on was impossible with the original stock parts, so we had to switch those out. You do have a metal top rail. As you can see, there's mounting points there, which is nice, but it's also a bit proprietary, and with this choice style sight, you can see that it doesn't actually fold all the way down, again because of the proprietary parts, and because where the mounting screws are, you don't have a rail slot there, so you can't really put it back far enough. Charging handle works, pulls back your fake bolt, doesn't lock, but it gives you access to the hop-up. The hop-up I really like. It's the circular dials, and you can hear the clicks on those, really positive clicks, and really lets you know, hey, I've gone up 1, 2, 3 clicks, what have you, and it locks in there really nice. Plastic hop-up, aluminum barrel, like I was saying in the review, in the written review. Again, that's basically a Sportline model, but the internals are, in my opinion, some of the better internals, especially with innovation wise. That split gearbox is fantastic, especially for guys who are really looking to maybe upgrade or downgrade their guns. So we're gonna go ahead and fire this off into the chronograph for you. We're using 11.1 volt mini type LiPo battery and 0.2 gram BBs. We're gonna show you the velocity and rate of fire stock on this Sportline gun. Okay guys, so you saw the performance of this thing. Again, this is just a Sportline gun, but it's shooting, you know, just as well as any $400, $500 gun. I saved this for you so I can show it to you. Hopefully the gears and everything are in a good spot. But this is the anti-reversal latch release. And there you go. So now the piston's back forward. Spring is now good to go, and you don't have to worry about, you know, like I say, putting it away and then coming back months later and seeing that your FPS has dropped because your spring was compressed for so long. So there you go. ICS M4 Sportline model. You know, you can find it for anywhere around 100 to probably 200 bucks depending where you're shopping. But great beginner gun. Again, you can upgrade it. You can get metal bodies for them and everything else. It does have to be an ICS specific one, so keep that in mind. But totally upgradable beyond the internals, externals as well. And yeah, great gun overall, and I recommend it to new guys and veterans alike. So there you go guys, hope you enjoyed the video part of this review, and thanks again. This is MD Airsoft. Have a good one.